right, here we are. We are with All Conditions Racing Department team athlete Caleb Olson, just coming off his huge win and victory at the Western States 100. We are a few days out from the Long Trail World Championships, where Caleb will be representing Team USA. Caleb, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Excited to be out here.
Yeah, cobblestone streets here in the foothills of the Pyrenees. The race nerves are setting in, but it's going to be a spectacularly beautiful weekend. It's going to be a really challenging course. We were just talking about that. Share a little bit about the course and sort of the demands of it, because I think it'll set some context before we start talking about gear.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique course. I don't know that I've ever seen such a rugged, steep, like borderline off trail in sections course. A lot of it is grassy, like uneven grass with like a really faint sort of, like if you squint, you can tell there's a trail through it. So it's interesting for sure. It'll be gnarly. I think the footing will be a major challenge, and that's got me questioning all my shoe choices. But yeah, it also has the potential to be various weather conditions, I would say. Like we start low, we go up pretty high, we spend actually a decent amount of time at altitude. So it's exposed in the sun sometimes, it's cold sometimes, it gets windy up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of different conditions.
So just for the audience, 50 miles with about 18,000 feet of climbing, a proper mountain course with a lot of different variable underfoot conditions.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some of the gear that Caleb's going to use to attack this burly course. And I want to start with the Radical Airflow shirt. I think you're not sure whether you're going to wear it during the race, but of course this was one of the main stories coming out of Western States. It's like, what the hell is that shirt that Caleb Olson is wearing?
Yeah.
So I guess just start from the beginning. When did the ACG team present this idea to you? And then obviously, how did it perform on the race course?
Yeah, I first saw it like 3 days before Western States 2024. And they just had me like, every year whenever we have these races, we do product meetings leading up to the races. They pull out their latest and greatest innovations and kind of get our initial takes on it. And the first time I saw this, it looked very different than how it does now, but I put it on and just like walked around the room in it. And the way that the air passes through it and hits your skin, it really is like colder than not wearing a shirt. It was this weird sensation that I didn't expect. And I asked if I could borrow it for a run, took it on a run the next day, asked if I could run in it for Western States that weekend last year. And they told me no, it wasn't ready, it couldn't be seen yet. But I was immediately excited about it. I then, like in February and then again in April, I think, went in and did some testing on campus in like the Nike Sports Research Lab. We did lots of testing on with temperature sensors in like this environment chamber, and made some tweaks around where the holes are that allow more airflow in like the armpits and the elbows, tweaked sleeve lengths, the fit, the seams. And yeah, just got it like race ready. And then on the race day itself, it was awesome. I had all these people asking like, did you get crazy sunburns from that? Like it definitely caught people's eye, but didn't get sunburns, didn't get chafing, kept me cool. It held water really well, so that kept me cold. And yeah, it worked great. Unbelievable.
And yeah, we'll link to some information in the description here that people can go further down the rabbit hole. But as I understand it, basically the holes create a funnel for the air that almost compresses it towards your skin in a way that is great for cooling. Do you think you'll wear it over the weekend, or is it still TBD based on how hot it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I'd say still TBD. I went for a run this morning and I was freezing. So if it's anything like that, I probably won't be wearing it because it'll just keep me too cold. But yeah, if it looks like it's going to be warm, it is hot and exposed on those ridgelines when it's sunny, and like if it's over 60, it feels hot. Yeah. So I'll keep an eye on the forecast and make a decision.
Very cool. Well, it's sort of like the super shoes of apparel. And yeah, we'll remember that same weekend, Western States, when you won wearing that shirt. Drew Holman won the 80K at Lavaredo wearing the shirt too. So a great debut for that Radical Airflow tee. Tell us about the pack a little bit. I noticed this for the first time at UTMB. I think it was, Drew was wearing the ACG pack on the CCC course.
Yeah.
Were you guys part of the development process here? And tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we've been testing a few different models of this. This is one of probably 3 different versions that I've got. And we're definitely constantly being asked for feedback on it. I think it's gotten to the point, I wore a very early prototype in 2024 Western States, and it's come a long way since then. It's gotten to the point now where, I do all my training in this one. I'm going to be racing in this one on Saturday. I've got one other version of it that is like a slightly higher capacity one that I was thinking about using, but I think this one can comfortably hold all the gear I need. So, I'll probably use this.
All right, so the three main components: apparel, pack, shoes.
Yep.
These are the hot shoes that we saw all over Chamonix, the Ultrafly 2, I think it is, right?
Yeah, so it's the ACG Ultrafly. Right. They're hard to miss. They're pretty bright. Yeah. I think this would be my ideal shoe that I'd love to race this race in. It is fast, responsive. It was perfect for Western States, and it was really designed, I think, with a course like that in mind, where there's a little less technicality and a lot more running.
So you, at Western States, it was the exact same shoe, but the different gray colorway, right?
That's right, yeah. Yep.
So a shoe that can both perform on the Western States course, fast, runnable, and here in the Pyrenees, hyper steep, technical mountain course.
I think it could perform here. Yeah, I wore it for Transgran Canaria, and that's a fairly rocky course, and it was great on that course. For this one, just because there's so much uneven grass and so little fast running, I am thinking I'll maybe switch over to something not plated that's not quite as stiff, like the Zagama. And that's just going to be a bit more comfortable, I think, for hiking through grass, which I think a lot of this race will be.
Also sort of a slightly more aggressive Vibram outsole on the Zagama.
Yeah, some bigger lugs that should give better traction, especially if the grass is at all wet. Yeah.
You did tease in our pre-race interview that you might be waiting on something else. So TBD on that. You don't need to reveal anything confidential. Okay. But
I don't know that it's that confidential. I've got a potential newer version of the Zagama that is not out yet that I might end up wearing. We'll see. It's going to come kind of last minute, so I'll do some test runs in it and see if it's ready for the race or not.
All right. Well, before we wind down, obviously I'm assuming there's other required kit. Walk us through a couple of the other things that are going to be in your pack.
Yes.
I'm sure you're hoping you won't have to use any of it, but it's important to carry it, as we learned at UTMB with Tom Evans and Ruth Croft winning in large part because of how they manage the weather conditions.
Yeah, no, definitely important. I guess since I'm holding them, required to have enough calories, so I've got some precision gels there. I'm a poles guy, so.
Hell yeah. What length do you go?
I go 125.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm also much shorter than you, so I assume you go quite a bit longer. Got my Lucky poles, got my lightweight rain jacket here, and I like to keep that in like a pretty accessible back pocket so I can grab it as needed. I think we're also required to have a long sleeve layer, so this is kind of a fun little hack with the Radical Airflow shirt. If I end up wearing that, that's a long sleeve.
There you go.
If I don't end up wearing that, I've got a long sleeve base
Check
here.
out that pack job. Let me see that real quick.
You can thank Anthony Costellas for
really?
that, actually. Yeah.
So just for the audience here, effectively what Caleb's trying to do here is make his required long sleeve t-shirt as small as possible and putting in a bag that he definitely doesn't ever have to open. So this is just going to be sitting at the bottom of his bag unless there's an emergency situation. But this is what a lot of the professionals are doing, basically just satisfy the required kit, but make everything as small and as light as possible.
Yeah, and Anthony used this one for CCC, and then I just grabbed it from him from there and figured I'd use it too. Got my phone, of course.
There you go.
Headlamp.
Look at this. This must be like the new iPhone 17, it looks like. Huh?
If it's warm, I'm probably going to take a different pair of gloves, but I've got gloves and some long tights.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's... emergency blanket. Got a Coros heart rate armband. And I think that's about it.
There you have it, folks. All the gear for Caleb Olson, Western States champion, as he approaches his second competition at the Long Trail World Championships, where he will be going in as one of the favorites, where Team USA is definitely fielding a strong crew. Race starts at what time on Saturday?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. So you might even start with a headlamp on Saturday, too.
I know. I've been thinking about that. It's still a little dark at 7 a.m.
Yeah. All right. 7 a.m. on Saturday, the races start. Caleb, good luck to you. Thanks for showing us all your gear.
Yeah, thank you.